He's trying to pay me off with the $2 to shut up, to zip up my mouth so that I don't say what he was trying, the creepy thing that he was trying to do to me, right? $2. Well, people out there are being paid 2 million to shut up. This man only saw that I look like $2. $2. Hey! I have suffered. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're so much welcome, and today we are talking about a very important topic that I feel like no one talks about, and maybe I should, and already I am. Okay, if you're a returning subscriber, I'm so happy for you coming back, and if you haven't subscribed, please, there is a button down here written subscribe. Please click it and hit the notification bell and make sure you automatically, all videos will be, you'll be notified when I post a video. And yeah, okay, today's topic is a topic that I feel like I'm not really comfortable talking about. Maybe I don't want to be judged, but one thing that I want to tell you is that if you've never had any landlord crisis in your life, or up to where you are right now, you should start counting that as a blessing, and just start being grateful for, for God providing for your rent at the right time. So this is a pile of stories that I've begun since 2017. Since 2017, like September to now 2020, now May, and this is a pile of stories. Okay, and yeah, that is the period when I started living alone, and like the landlord crisis is much. So 2017 I didn't have any landlord issues, luckily God provided that. 2018 too, I didn't have any landlord issues, but when it came to at the end of 2018, I actually began having landlord issues because financial crisis, like the ups and downs of life. And so during this time, in where I stay, you have to pay all the rent once for the whole semester, because apparently the landlord is afraid of students running away with his money, or so you have to pay all like 15K in the beginning of a new semester. So this particular semester I hadn't paid, and landlords never understand that they need to be patient with you. They don't understand that what they want is the money and the money. So this came a time, like here where I was living, the caretaker is the one that comes for the money. Well, the landlord comes and visits once in a while, but all of us know where the landlord resides, so if you have any issues, you can go to him. And the caretaker is an old man who drinks and smokes. So every time, someone might just be knocking on your door, and exactly that is the landlord. It created so much anxiety in me. I'm an anxious kind of person, and anytime I used to hear that knock, and already I know it is the caretaker, and I know that they need the money and I do not have the money, I freak out, like panic attack. I begin having a panic attack. There was this hilarious time that it happened that he knocked the door, and then I didn't know what to do. Like, I was actually sleeping, because he comes to your house very early in the morning, like before even everyone gets out, or maybe unless you have a morning class, and then he won't be able to find you. But at night, he will always be at your door knocking to ask for money. And this particular time, guys, I didn't know what to do. Like, he knocked the door, and I knew he was him. I came and peeped through the door, and then I went and hid under the bed. I did that. I ran and hid under the bed. I don't know what I was thinking, guys, but I'm such person who does not like being disturbed. Like, when my peace is being disturbed, I'm just like, I just have panic attacks. And then because he had already, ameguza mlango, he noticed that I'm inside because my door does not have a padlock on it. Stupid me, the worst decision that I made is to come and lock the door again with padlock. And he had already knocked my door. He knows, he has touched it, he knows there's no padlock, and then he went to the next door. Coming back, and there was a neighbor who was washing her clothes just beside me. Coming back, he noticed again. He asked the neighbor, has this girl gone? And I know I'm inside. And he's like, I've just checked in, and she was in, and now she has locked herself inside. And now I hate people shouting, because it creates panic in me. Like, I hate crisis, and so just like, it's trouble, I'm in trouble. And then the neighbor says that I don't know me, people are just minding their own business. I think that day passed. Whew, he went with his arguing it past. And then I learned that to have this survival thing, because I also hate pressuring my parents to provide. If you have a girl in school, you need to know that she needs rent, she needs food, she needs everything. So I hate reminding someone of the responsibility, and I hate asking. Guys, I hate asking for money. Like when I ask, it's like it's the peak. And then I learned this tactic of locking myself inside. Like I would wake up like 5 a.m. or maybe to the last time that I'm waking up, going to the loo and then come back, and I lock myself inside with the padlock. So when he comes early in the morning, because he does not spend the day around, so when he comes early in the morning, checks there is a padlock, he goes away. And then like that, and it kept for some time until he found me one day. Like he didn't go, he like walked a step away, and then I shouldn't have opened the door, but I wanted to go and help myself, so it was a need. When I opened, he came back, and I just had to deal with the issue at hand. And that is how I was surviving from these landlord issues. Like if you don't have those issues, you should be grateful and start thanking your stars for providing for you. And then there was, aside from the one that I hid under the bed and the one that I locked the door after he has already noticed that I'm inside, there is early this year. Wow, early this year, actually, I also had the same pressure from the caretaker. And is someone who doesn't give up. He'll always be at your door. So the best thing that us do, you have to talk to the landlord to give you more time. Then when he comes at your door, you tell him you've talked to the landlord, then he can go and sort his issues with the landlord. So this particular time, again, financial crisis, and I couldn't pay all the money, and this man does not understand. And I've stayed there for 2 years. I've never I've never disturbed him in paying rent. I don't know why he never understands. And so he comes and never understood, and he started asking me questions. Remember, I don't like pressure. Like I cry at every shout at. I just don't like crisis because I don't like violence. I've grown up in violence and it's so traumatizing to me, so I just don't like. So this time, after several visits at my door, he came this particular day and he started asking me, Connie, what's wrong? You've never stopped paying rent. You've never had any issues with me with rent. Connie, what happened? Guys, how emotional I got. And I was just fighting tears back from my eyes because I'm trying to make this. I cannot explain my problems to you. I just have to make you understand that you need to give me more time. And I started crying. Oh my God. You know that look when you're avoiding to maintain an eye contact with someone so that you don't cry? And then you look up so that you can fight tears. That was my situation at that time. And I was fighting tears. But I ended up crying. And it was just like, and he just went away. Actually, I'm starting being emotional thinking about that right now. And he went away, and he wanted to understand why is it that this time you're not paying rent. What is there for you to understand, dear landlord? Like, dear caretaker, I've told you that I do not have the money right now. What you need to give me is time, and don't pressure me, okay? When I have the money, I'll bring it to you. And it's not like I'll run away with the money. I mean, but they don't understand that. So after that day, he went away, and then I plot a crime. If daddy, you are watching this, or anybody who knows my dad is watching this, just zip it, okay? Just shut up. This is survival mechanism. So when after he went, I just took my phone, because when I'm in such troubles, the only person I talk to is actually my twin sister, because we do understand our struggles. So I talked to him, and he was like, why don't you tell that and and then I plotted a crime. Guys, if I can be a mafia, these are the baby steps. So I called my dad, and for me, crime is not the problem. It's not the problem. So I took the phone, and I was just like, this is my phone cover, so let's say hello. And my dad is that kind of a person, when you call him, he wants to call you back, and me, I wasn't for that business. And he's like, let me call you back. Like, no, dad, I'm not fine, I'm in trouble. And then that made him call first, so he hung up and called again. And I told him that I've been sent out of the house. My house has been locked because I've not paid rent. And he's like, how? And in his voice, he sounded troubled and panic. And he's like, okay, let me see what I can do. And But at the end of that day, my dad had sent that money. So this was a survival It was a survival tactic that I had to do for my survival, because if I hadn't done that, maybe he needed the pressure to act accordingly. And I was happy. The money was sent and I paid. And of course, it was a lie, actually. That is why I'm telling this story. It was a lie. I just had pressure. I didn't want the caretaker issues again coming at my doorstep. So I had to lie for me to get the money to pay the rent. And that was it. Now, the recent story. And again, I remind you, be grateful if you've never had landlord issues. Like, God loves you. He has provided for you. It does not mean he doesn't love me, but you know, I can't understand God's plans sometimes, and His steps sometimes. Huh. My throat is drying. So the next time, the recent one, is that during this pandemic and things are tough right now, people have lost their jobs, people have not been paid, everything is just scattered, and the caretaker does not understand, and the landlord does not understand. So the caretaker came to my house, the obvious, and of course I told you my mechanism of protecting myself is lock myself inside the house. So I did that for some time, and of course he found out, and I just explained to him I don't have time, and of course he's so persistent, he doesn't care. So what I needed to do was to talk to the landlord, but I can't go to to where the landlord is, because me, I don't feel like talking. And remember, we are practicing social distancing. You should try as much as you can to stay at home. So I was just waiting for the opportunity when the landlord will come and walk around his houses and find out. So the landlord comes. I was busy washing my utensils. He came and I was like, I want to talk to you and all that stuff, and he said, okay, I'll come at your house. He knows my house, so he was like, just having some rounds around, and I'll come to your house, we talk. And he didn't come that day. I guess he forgot, or he had a different plan. But while I was washing my utensils at the sink, this man dared come. Hey, he came, he passed, like, if you've watched my vlogs, you'll notice that the sinks are here and the bathrooms and toilets are here, and there is a path here. This path is enough to contain 3 of us or 2 of us to pass, okay, without you touching me. Tell me why this landlord passes this way and then he touches my waist. And I was washing utensils, and I just assumed maybe you are just passing and you touched me, as if this road is not enough for us, okay? Fine. Then as he passes through, he's asking me ati something in the line of, do you have a boyfriend, or is your man around, or something to that length. And I actually answered rudely to him, and I asked him, all this while you've been coming around, have you ever found a man in my house? And I laughed it out, like, you see, you answer rudely and you laugh so that it doesn't sound serious, but he gets the point, okay? Fine. That day he went, and the next time he comes, guys, this is when I knew that this man has evil plans in his head. Because the previous time he came, he kept asking that, you've remained alone, most of the people have gone home, you're now alone with 2 guys, the other on the other side. Yani, he was insisting that I'm the only one here, so whatever may happen here, no one may find out, So the next time he comes, and we were with my friend, my neighbor who is still there, and we were just talking and doing some gist, schoolwork and all that. And then he calls him to talk about the landlord deals, reducing the price and all that. And then later he calls me. When he calls me, like, he called me in the same area where he was talking to the neighbor. And then he starts walking away, like, to avoid, like, whatever we speak, no one should hear. So he talks and goes to some distance, and then I follow him because, I want to know why you're calling me, okay? And I've told you that I do not have time. So he says, okay, you can now talk, I've kept a distance. You can now talk. What did you want to talk about? I explain my problems, that I need more time. Tell me why this landlord moves from where he was to where I was. Like, that thing was fast, and I was busy explaining myself. I did not read his steps. So he comes to where I was, and he touches me again, and I move. Nervous breakdown. Why do you have to touch me, Mr. Landlord? Tell me why you have to touch me. And he starts saying that, you are alone here, and, and he starts to say, then I'm like, you're pulling me on this side, and I'm being pulled by financial crisis on this side, and I'm in the center. Now what do you want me to do? If you can't be patient with me, I've never been troublesome when it comes to rent. And he's like, what if I come at the center, and will you cry? Someone explained to me what that meant, because I tried as much as I can to assume I did not listen to that. I didn't want some dirty talks, Tell me why is this landlord this cruel? Like, did you have to say that? Okay, I assume. Then in this talk, what I noticed that this man is having glasses on me, because why did you keep touching me? Because this is the second time you're touching me, and I moved. Because I'm not stupid, okay? My minds are upright, I know. This man is old enough. He has a son who's even older than me, so he's my father's age. and you dare come and touch me. Are you normal? Hey, are you normal? Okay, he keeps talking that you're alone here, so he's insisting, like, he was so talkative, and that is how you must know that someone's intentions aren't right. And I must say that I'm blessed with a discerning spirit, so I can know. I know your intentions even as you talk, so I avoid as much as I can to talk and pepper that topic. After all that, and I think he felt guilty something. People have conscience, but they just try to suppress the conscience. But this time, he felt guilty, and then he was like giving me $2. You take this money, you use it now that you've said you have a crisis, in financial crisis. You buy yourself food. Your parents are not around, and we are the only people you can be. And I'm like a father to you. Stop. Pause. So now you know that you are like a father to me. But when you were thinking of touching me, you didn't reason that way, right? You didn't reason that you're like a father to me. Okay, I check this $2 and and me, I don't accept money like that. Even when I go shopping, I'm like, I always consult God. I'm like, God, should I buy this? It might sound so spiritual, but it's helpful for me. For in that, while he's talking in my heart, I'm like, God, should I take this money? And he was just like, no, don't take it. The intentions are not right. And I told him, no, thank you. You keep your money. I don't need it. And he's like, don't sleep hungry when I'm here like that. And I just said, I only take money from my father, which is a lie. I don't take money alone from my father. I take from my father and family members. I don't take money from anyone who's not my family member. And anyone who I'm not sure of your intention. So he's like, just take it. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to take it. Why? Red flag number one. Why is this man insisting for me to take the money? He's trying to pay me off with the $2 to shut up, to zip up my mouth so that I don't say what he was trying, the creepy thing that he was trying to do to me, right? $2. Well, people out there are being paid $2 million to shut up. This man only saw that I look like $2. $2. Hey! I have suffered. So I look that cheap to you, right? I look like $2 to you, right? Like two. Thunder fire you there. Thunder fire you there. You will not see heaven. You will not see heaven. So I insisted and I said, I'm not taking the money. Thank you. Just keep your money. I'm fine. I'll find a way to survive and all that. Truth be said, I needed that money. However little it is, I needed it, but I just couldn't take it because of the intentions behind it. So after I was walking away because we finished our talk, me, I've told you I need time, I'll pay you your money and So while I'm walking away, he comes behind me, and before we go to the open, because if we go to the open, the next guy will hear what he's saying to me. So he says like, don't tell anyone about what I've just said or that I wanted to help you. Red flag. Why is it you say that you want to assist me because you're like a father to me, and now you're saying I shouldn't tell anyone because you wanted to assist me? Why? Because this man had evil intentions on me. That is why he doesn't want to say anything. I didn't answer, but I just walked away, and I was so mad. And this is the same thing that usually happens with everyone around me. People think I look young, by the way. I don't look like my age, so people always look at me like someone who they can easily manipulate. And it got to some time with me asking God questions like, why is it that people treat me like in a really cheap way and like with very low standards? And I realized that it's because of my appearance, and I started doubting myself. But then when I got that answer, I'm like, I know my value, I know what I deserve, and nobody's going to treat me like trash. Before you walk on me like a carpet, I will walk on you. And that is that since the day I realized that, I just became cautious with everyone that comes on my way in the name of love, in the name of thing. I just know that they think they can manipulate me and use me in their own pleasures. And this is what happened with this landlord anyway. If you've never experienced that, you are blessed, because this is what pretty girls like us and beautiful girls like us have to go through. And this has made me realize that it's important to have a man besides you to protect you, like to be. But I don't but I don't need a man for me to feel protected. I just need God by my side, because he's the only one who can be consistent. And that is my story. I know this is abuse. That is, first of all, it is sexual abuse for touching me and for trying to pay me off to shut up, like $2. Hey, when I think about that, I just get angry. Like I'm mad. Like me look like $2 to you, right? Well, people are being paid millions to shut up. What if I decided to speak? Anyway, that is just another story for another day. And I've vented my anger. And let me know if you've ever had similar situations like this, because you need to be careful as a girl, and we go through so much challenges in life. It's another thing to be a pretty girl, but it's another thing again to protect yourself. And I thank God because of this, now I know his intentions, and anytime I have encounter with him, I'll try as much as I can to avoid a lot of talk, and if possible, maybe in future I'll have to soon. Actually, I'm just waiting to finish my degree and I get out of this house, and we'll never have contact again. And it's something that is teaching me, you know, when it comes up again in future, because of course I'll live alone for some time, I will know how to deal with it and to go about it. And cheers to those parents who take care of their children as fast as they can, because if this did not happen, this could not have happened, you know. If I had paid the money in time, this could not have happened. So he thought that he could use me and me still pay him the money. Like, hey, men are wicked, you. Men are trash. Men are wicked. Men are trash. They're wicked. Intentions, just be careful if you're a girl. Bye, guys. I don't know what else to say. Like me, I'm even scared. But I'm growing stronger. I know everything is working out for my own good. I am growing stronger to be able to speak up and speak out. And yeah, but I didn't speak out to this landlord because I could have talked so rude, but I know he will chase me out and I have no other place to go, and I do not have the money to look for a house. I do not have the money even to pay him. So I had to shut up, but be careful again. Bye, guys, and give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and watch this video, and I'll see you on my next video. Please make sure you comment something below. Bye.